Got a snack? Well, shake, chapter. Let's get to it. Hey guys, welcome back to my review and discussion of chapter 1025 called Twin Dragons. Now, I know there was a Viver card release a little while ago and everybody's gone through it, but the only thing I do want to mention was Zoro still hasn't been confirmed in the Viver card, at least, that he has Conqueror's Haki. I'm assuming maybe he gets a little bit of more, development with that in the King fight, upcoming King fight. And let me think what else it was. Yamato's gender, female, at least in the Viver book. And the one thing was, I guess people were against or not sure, but I said that I believe that Yamato's handcuffs had sea stone. So it confirmed that the handcuffs did have some Kairoseki in them. So Yamato was in a weakened state the entire time she wore them, just like Luffy had, and she progressively got stronger. So she got sort of a buff after Luffy removed the handcuffs from her, which I think is pretty huge for like how strong this character can be. But yeah, anyway, let's start with the cover page of the the cover page of the chapter, which is funny because last chapter we started with Usopp lying about him taking out two of the Tobiropo and saying, join my side. And then this cover request is the big liar story. Well, like, I guess the octopus knows he's lying, but he's like mentioning, his adventures, which happen to all be lies. But as we know, his lies become truths somehow eventually. So some people are saying, this kind of sort of pseudo confirms that he has Conqueror's Haki. Okay, let's jump into the chapter. We begin with Momo, still as an adult, being scared to fly, terrified to fly. Well, he actually went through this, like he got over it a lot quicker than I thought. I thought he was gonna do an attempt to run and fall anyways and get scared, but no, he actually manages to get back. Well, somehow gets to get to the rooftop with his eyes closed. But he's such a huge dragon that even looking down he's on the ground looking down, he's so much bigger as it is as a dragon that he's scared. Like, he's not used to that height. He's already freaking out, and everybody's just on looking like, any day now, Momo, gotta stop Kaido before this island literally crushes the capital of Wano. And oh my god, here we go with this fight, okay? Yamato versus Kaido again. I feel like we've seen more of Yamato versus Kaido than Luffy versus Kaido, but hopefully that's gonna change, right? And it looks like Yamato used a brace. Like, she braced this she braced for Kaido's Thunder Bagua attack called Mirror Mountain. I'm not sure if it just shatters any sort of defense, or she can only use this ability once, but it looks like she had a shell around her and she braced for that attack and then it releases it. Which is good that I waited for this translation, because in the unofficial translation it mentioned, Yamato's switching to defensive mode, which looked like, why would she break off a shell if she's switching to defense? But yeah, it was like an anticipated defensive maneuver, which super interesting for the Devil Fruit, which goes into the whole Mystic has more sort of like Paramecia abilities imbued into the Devil Fruits. And we just see like just the fact that Yamato can still handle and deal attacks to Kaido with, people are assuming Conqueror Haki imbued attacks onto Kaido with the willpower that she is outputting to try and stop and hold Kaido here and hold her ground as well. And this also, in the exposition with Yamato versus Kaido, we also get a confirmation of the samurai in the cave. Yeah, they kind of got taken out by Kaido. So I think that theory I mentioned, they're coming back. No, I think I missed something and misread the last chapter. I think that Kaido actually killed them. maybe somehow one of them, or Shimotsuki, survived. One of them survived at the sacrifice of the rest. I'm not sure. I have to actually go back and read that one. But Kaido confirms or mentions this is you're a family of ogres. You're an ogre, which I'm not sure, but I think the translation might be Oni in this case, because that's like sort of the Wano isekai, not isekai. Wow, the Wano, you know, mythological spirit myth. Okay, myth, the myth, the Oni, and she had friends. She mentioned she had friends. She had Ace. She had some people try and help, like Ogre Princess, the Oni Princess. They tried to help her, but Kaido just savage, relentless, just no mercy, just killed anybody that would try and attempt to help Yamato. And I just feel like it's completely like the wrong approach that Kaido took in this case, just like forcing Yamato to try and get some sense, and just kind of reinforcing her persona that she wants to liberate this country of Kaido. And let me tell you, the paneling in this, like the when he brings up his club and just tries to bring it down, the paneling, the just darkness is fantastic. The fact that she's taking blows and hits from Kaido in these panels is incredible. I'm absolutely loving, this fight from not even main character. Like now that I'm thinking about it, they're showing a lot of Yamato. Hmm. They're showing a lot now, with a lot of backstory to correlation to Kaido. Hmm. She might kind of emphasizes that she might join the crew. It's kind of getting a little more. I have to go back to how they treated Carrot in this case. Did they show this much to Carrot? I mean, they did show Sulong form, right? It goes into a whole other tangent. Now these next few scenes are hilarious. This is that One Piece humor that we get. Is just Momo comes barging in. Well, not barging in. First, he's flying in the wrong direction because he has his eyes closed. And he just comes barging into the freaking dome. Not dome. He goes barging into the live floor. And everybody freaks out. Everybody's saying, that's Kaido. But then they're like, wait, no, that's a pink dragon. That's not Kaido. And everybody realizes that. And they're trying to see who it is. Is it Kaido? Who is that pink dragon? Crashing in through the live floor, first floor, second floor. Well, the live floor is the first floor. Second floor, it barges in, and we see Big Mom, Law, and Kid fighting. And it reminds me of something, of somebody climbing through the floors. I don't know if it's reminding me of One Piece itself, but just skipping through all the floors, all these trials to get all the way to the big boss at the rooftop. And this kind of, well, I'll mention what I think would happen next chapters. And Momo just too scared to open his eyes. He's too afraid, even though this is solid ground. He is too afraid to open his eyes. But the moment that they get to the rooftop, and Luffy says, "There's Kaido," Momo opens his eyes, and it's kind of like he's higher up, and he doesn't realize he doesn't get scared when he's up there. And the funniest thing is Yamato and Kaido are facing each other, and then Kaido looks and he's like, huh? There's a freaking dragon in the distance. I'm like, aren't you more shocked? But we finally come back to the rooftop after Luffy crashed through all the floors, and we see Yamato's out of hybrid form. I feel like this is Yamato's last. She's still standing. She still wants to fight Kaido even with no hybrid form. It's still giving it her all. And she goes to throw an attack, and Luffy at the same time jumps into action. Okay, we see something awesome. Again, he's done this before, but not this form. He jumps into Snake Man form for an instant, throws a jet culverin along Yamato's white serpent, which, beautiful because they're both snakes, and knocks Kaido right on his back, which Beautiful panel, but at the same time, you really notice how rough the panel is. I feel like Oda really deserves and needs this next upcoming break after like the paneling there. But beautiful. I love that scene. So after Luffy throws that attack, we immediately get the next panel. He's back to his normal fighting form. So I mean, it just shows that he's getting a lot more proficiency with his Gear Fourth and managing to save his endurance, his haki, his stamina, so he can keep fighting for longer without having to be in the same form for a prolonged amount of time, wasting needlessly his energy. And Luffy thanks Yamato for holding back Kaido, which, first of all, amazing feat by Yamato. I don't know how long she was fighting Kaido, but it's felt like quite a while considering Luffy was knocked out, resuscitated. He ate, freaking waited for Momo to learn how to fly again. Well, to fly him to the rooftop. So much feels like has happened in that span of time. And Kaido turns into his own dragon form, and he doesn't look shocked. I was expecting maybe next chapter, but he doesn't look anything shocked or astounded or questioning too much why there's another dragon, but just who is this other dragon. And he just laughs and he says there's no space for two dragons, and he's gonna take them out. Luffy again confirming that he's gonna become king of the pirates and take Kaido down, and Momo maybe potentially able to reasserts his goals here and reasserts his game plan, which might help him develop a little bit of Conqueror's Haki, which I wouldn't be too against, since even children like Ace, Luffy no, but Ace has shown the ability to throw Conqueror's Haki from such a young age. So even though Momo can be 8, technically he could potentially have Conqueror's Haki, with his goal being Shogun of Wano and his will being there too. So yeah, that's the end of the chapter for this week. There's a break next week, which 100% deserved. You know, I feel like it's been quite a bit of time. We've been getting chapters week after week after week. You know, Oda's got to take his breaks. Predictions for next chapter would be, you know, hopefully some exposition by Kaido saying, you know, oh, Vegapunk must have been successful. Maybe some internal dialogue of how would this be possible. Maybe it's that instance or that time Vegapunk took some what's it called, linear DNA. I forgot what it was called, but somebody will throw that in. And well, there was one more thing. Since there's a hole broken through all the floors, maybe this helps people get a one-way track to the rooftop to see, or maybe gather around to freaking see the fight. So people can not experience it, but people can witness it. But some people are also saying, oh, Wano, what's it called? Onigashima has to fall onto, or at least be held onto Wano, so they can see Luffy take down Kaido, and everybody can witness that too. One of my things is maybe Big Mom sees the hole, sees that there's a fighting again in the rooftop, jumps up back to the rooftop. Law and Kid follow. Then we have Big Mom and Kaido versus Law, Kid, and Luffy round 2. Hopefully we get to see Kid do something here in this case. And, well, Law and Kid would take on Big Mom still, trying to keep that separation between Kaido and Luffy. And maybe Yamato joins in with that fight with Luffy. But this chapter was pretty awesome. Definitely a lead up to this fight. And hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you for the next one.